Hello, Libras, and welcome to this, your February 15th through February 29th reading and predictions. Yes, you heard me correctly. February 29th. This year is a leap year, just in case you missed it and you haven't noticed yet. For those of you who are new here, thank you so much for trusting and clicking on this video. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support this channel. Before we dive in, please just let me remind you that at the very end of this video, I will be giving you an opportunity to ask your yes/no questions. I will then pull out my yes/no deck and we will take a quick peek to see what the answer is from the universe. So, like I said, stick around. That's right at the end. Let's dive into your reading. I'm just going to pull out my notes here from your last reading. Now, your last reading covered the time frame between February 1st and February the 15th. And it looks like you guys were doing some boundary work, you were seeking some deeper emotional connections in your life. It was kind of the sense that I have now that I've had a look at my notes, the sense that I had coming up for me psychically is that your life had seemed to have become a little bit superficial. There wasn't a deep meaning there for you with regards to the emotional connections that you were making in your life. So, Libras, let's dive in and start pulling some cards. Where are we going first for where you are at now? It's that one, that one, that one. All right. Spirit, you're going to have to help me out and be a little bit more clear. All right, Libras. Where are the Libras at now? Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, so there's two cards that have jumped out for you here, Libra. One has jumped out right side up so that I can see it. The other one is upside down. I can't see what it's saying to me yet. So let's just finish going through the deck, see if anything else wants to come out and say hello. There is another card that wants to come out and say hello. Ah. All right, let's see what this, oh my goodness. You know, it amazes me sometimes, Libra. For those of you who are not familiar with the tarot, out of 78 cards, there are 21 cards that are considered major arcana. All the rest of them are minor arcana. The chances when we pull out or shuffle the deck, and as I do, work with jumped cards, the chances of getting 3 major arcana out of 78 cards, considering only 21 of those 78 are major arcana, is very, very slim. And yet, here we are. So let's take a quick peek at what's coming up for you. You have 3 major arcana cards. The first card that you have is the Emperor. This is the card that landed upside down. You also have the Renewal card. This card corresponds to the Judgment card. And finally, you have the Tower. It's called Life Experience in this one, but it does correspond to the Tower. So let's take a look first at the Emperor. The Emperor is a card of masculine energy. It's a card indicating that we are coming from a place that is highly, highly logical and intellectual. And it's a card asking us to get organized, to put our affairs in order. I mean, you're not going to see an emperor come out to greet his followers and he's going to be all okay. Well, I mean, sometimes in comedy movies they're depicted as being buffoons, but generally speaking, somebody who has reached the position of emperor is going to be organized and sort of present that I don't know, prim and proper, sort of royal type appearance out to the public. And so this is an indication, Libra, that what's coming in for me is that what you're putting out there to the world may not be the way that you're actually feeling on the inside. Here's why I say this is that if you actually, how do I go backwards and do this? The problem is that when psychic information comes in, it comes in imagery and so on, and it's hard to get it out. We sometimes don't have the language for it, but people who put the perfect image out in front, and the royals are a perfect example of that. Hollywood elite are an example where they put this image outwards of absolute perfection, that their life is perfect, their life is organized, everything is just absolutely amazing for them, and so on. And that causes the people around them to put them on a pedestal and want to emulate what they have. When in reality, the people who are viewed as the emperors, the kings, the Hollywood elite, um, they're human beings and they have emotions and feelings the same way that you and I do, but sometimes we forget that. And this card coming up first in your reading, and keeping in mind as well, the last reading that you had, that things were appearing to be a little superficial. This is kind of continuing in that vein of the image that you're putting out there may be causing people to be more superficial in and around you. The very next card is the Judgment or Renewal card, indicating this is not going to happen for a long time. You're not going to be able to keep this image of perfection going for a long time. Eventually, something's got to give. Now, the renewal card is, or judgment card, is not so much about us sitting in judgment of others. It's about us sitting in judgment of ourselves. Where are we at in our lives right now? So, Libra, coming up for you, what this is saying is that if you have been putting out this perfect image, and I mean, I have to say as well, I want to go back a little bit. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of these platforms have allowed society to put forward images of perfection and nothing but perfection. For example, you take van lifers, okay? Just as an example, because I am also nomadic. And let me tell you, life is not always sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns when you are living a nomadic lifestyle. And yet, if you go to a van lifer's YouTube channel, they will make it seem like their life is spent on a beach, basking in the sun, drinking margaritas, and partying with the Hollywood elite, the aforementioned Hollywood elite. It's not like that, but they are putting that image out there. And so, Libra, I know this is going around and around, but if you are putting an image of perfection out there, that's not real. And so you have the judgment card coming in, the card saying, hey, it's time to look at yourself in the mirror. Take a really good, hard look at yourself in the mirror and determine who you really are. Because what you have perhaps been putting out into the world isn't your, what's the word? Authenticity. And this card is saying, hey, authenticity is king at this time, or queen. Okay. Sit in judgment of yourself. If what you want to achieve, Libra, is deeper emotional connections, then what you need to put out there is authenticity. And then you have the life experience card coming up. Like I said, this card corresponds to the Tower. This card is a card of let go of the past. If your perception is that you have to put out an image of perfection to the world, and yet you're living a life where you're not satisfied, you might have to let go of that belief system and be more authentic and live more authentically and put out what's real. in order to achieve those deeper emotional connections that you are seeking. And the other thing that I want to mention about the life experience card is that if you don't make changes yourself, and both the renewal card or the judgment card and the life experience or tower card are saying, if you don't make those choices consciously and you don't make those changes yourself, the universe will step in and do it for you. They will expose everything. And there's that word again. Just before I was ready to pull your next cards, authenticity. Authenticity, it just keeps coming up in my head over and over and over again, Libra. Let's take a look at what you are focusing on. And there are a lot of cards jumping out here. So I'm probably going to have to just shuffle up. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Let's collect up all of these cards that came out. There was quite a number of cards that jumped out. And let's see if we can narrow this down, because if you are in fact focusing on all of this, it's a little too much. So what I'm picking up before I actually pull these cards, this is how many cards came out. It's a few too many. What I'm picking up is that there's a huge change or shift happening for you, Libra, and you're going to leave an old belief system behind. That's what these cards are indicating. And that old belief system has to do with the image that you are putting out into the world. And you may want to consider putting a more authentic image out into the world. All right. Is there anything else that... Oh, yes. Eight of Cups. I just said before this card actually came out as what you are focusing on for the latter half of February. Eight of Cups, you are walking away from something. Look at the image on the card. The image on the card is a character who has their 8 cups all lined up on the table over here, and they are walking away. They've turned their back on something, a belief system, something is no longer serving their highest good, and they're like, yeah, I'm done. And they're walking away without turning around and looking back. So good on you, Libra. There is absolutely something you need to walk away from. Let's see where your challenges are coming in, your difficult influences. Where are we going? Difficult influences over here. Difficult influences for Libra for latter half of February. Okay. Okay. This makes perfect sense. The card that jumped out for you for your difficult influences and challenges for the latter half of February, it plays right into this reading, is We Are the World. Now, the We Are the World corresponds to the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is about, hey, I have achieved everything that I wanted in the world. I have a little bit of money put away for a rainy day. I have family and friends who support me. I have a roof over my head, and I have some food in my stomach. I am in a good place. But this came up in your challenges. What this is telling me is that this is the concept that you are bumping up against in trying to let go of an old belief system about the image that you are putting forward in the world. If that's making sense. I'm hoping all of this is coming up and resonating. Please leave me comments. But yeah, what's coming up is that there's fear. And the fear is that if I am more authentic in what I'm putting out to the world, if I take off this mask of perfection and let people see that I have emotions and I want to be cared for and I can be vulnerable. There we go. We're getting down to it now because I just got goosebumps. If your fear is that if you put that vulnerability and that authenticity out into the world, that you're going to lose friends or family or a following on social media or something like that, then again, we come back to the Judgment card. The Judgment card, again, let me reiterate, is about us sitting in judgment of ourselves. Would we approve of following someone who is wearing a mask and not putting authenticity out there? No, we want people to be authentic. And so, Libra, I'm picking up that you need to walk away from this particular belief system. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Let's move into messages that the universe wants you to hear at this time. That one fell. Messages from the universe. That one flipped over. I'll have to grab it in a sec. Messages from the universe for Libra. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So there are two messages that came out for you, Libra. The first one is calm is not a weakness. Okay. It's okay not to be busy all the time. Oh yeah, there we go. Busyness disease is a problem for society nowadays. Calm is not a weakness. It's okay. You don't have to be rushing from pillar to post all the time. And then with regards to diving back into the Emperor, the Judgment card, the Tower, the life experience, the Eight of Cups, walking away, and having the Ten of Pentacles in your challenges, ask for guidance. Messages the universe wants you to hear. Now, asking for guidance is about calling in a mentor, setting your intention to manifest a mentor who's been through this stuff before and can help you. Calling in guidance can be meditation in the form of asking for guidance or help during a meditation rather than just trying to clear your mind and sit there. And asking for guidance may be going to mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, besties. Okay, don't ask exes. Partners, whomever you value the opinion of and will actually take their advice to heart. Be that angels and ancestors from the unseen world, or be that, or spirit guides, or be that your best friend. Ask for guidance, ask for help. Let's go into unexpected. Like you need anything else unexpected right now, sitting here with the Judgment card and the Tower card. Unexpected. All right, well, we'll go through the deck a second time then. Oh, there is one card that's coming out. See how it turned up when I went to put it down? All right, is there another card? Yes, there is, but it's from a different deck. We're going to, I can't see that card yet, but. Oh, let's grab that before it falls. Yeah, okay. The first card that comes out in your unexpected is the Fool. And the Fool is a card of new beginnings, setting out on a path. And it's a card of naivety and not knowing what lies directly out in front of you. It's a card of how am I going to explain this? Okay. In the tarot, in the major arcana, we start at 0, which is the Fool, and we work our way up to completion or the world, which is the 21st. It's actually the 22nd card, but it has the number 21 on it because we start at 0. And the Fool is about new beginnings. It's about starting something new. It's about putting out authenticity, because you don't know what's authentic and what's inauthentic, because it's kind of like almost being a newborn baby and stepping into a whole bunch of new soul lessons, and you have no idea which way you're going to go and what twists and turns you're going to find. And so there's some naivety there, which is beautiful. So this is coming up in your unexpected. Yay. Also in your unexpected, you have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups has similar energy to the 10 of Pentacles, which is what you had here in your difficult influences. And the 10 of Cups, like I said, has a similar energy. It's about having achieved what you want to achieve in an emotional way. Coming up in your unexpected. So when you let go of these old belief systems, what you are actually doing is making space for new beginnings, making space for deeper emotional connections, and moving into this 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is a card that I like to call the or the ripeness card. Okay, just that heavy sigh. All right, I can breathe. I'm in a good place. This is coming up in your unexpected. I want to point out as well that the 9 of Pentacles is a card of timing, because it does correspond to ripeness. It corresponds to, and in fact, in certain tarot decks, it shows someone actually picking ripe fruit from a tree. And this is a card of timing. So watch for that, Libra, as you move through the latter half of February here. Watch for this ripeness to be coming in, for this new beginning and these deeper emotional connections to be coming in. And they're going to be coming in your unexpected, because you are putting more authenticity out into the world. You're setting masks behind, you're setting inauthenticity behind you. You are leaving it, and you're stepping up and stepping into a more authentic life. And when you do that, you are calling in these 3 beautiful cards in your unexpected. Final general overall outcome. Yeah, we're going over here back to the fairy deck. Final general overall outcome, and then we'll get to your yes, no question. And that one's on the floor. Darn it. Final general overall outcome for Libras. What's going to happen there? Okay. Oh, they still didn't come out. All right. We might be pulling a clarification card on this one. Just all right. Your final card of your reading is the Moon. Now, the Moon has several meanings in the tarot. One of the meanings of the Moon card is to pay attention to your dreams, that which comes to you in the middle of the night when the moon is nigh. Yeah. The moon also calls upon us to leave our worries behind us when we're sleeping. Release them while we're sleeping. Now, the other thing that the moon shows us is shadows. The moon has 2 sides to her. So do we. So this card is indicating, as your final general overall outcome, Libra, that there may be a duality coming in for you as you release the past, as you release this belief system. There's a chance for a duality to present itself. to you, or a choice or an option, right? Like the moon has a dark side and a light side. The moon has a full side and a new moon side. And so there is a duality that may be coming up for you. There may be some choices that or decisions that you're going to have to make right at the end of February. And it's going to really depend on your decision to sit in judgment of yourself, let go of a belief system. I mean, there's a number of different cards here about letting go of belief systems, a belief system that's not working for you. And when you let go of it, then you can step into this Fool energy, this new beginning energy. And the moon is saying, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuition, leave worries behind. And yeah, there might be a decision coming up for you at the end of the month. Okay, Libras. Bring to mind your burning question, your yes/no question. You may wish to close your eyes if you like. Ask your question several times quietly in your mind. And your card has jumped out, and it did jump out face down. I have no idea what it says. So, Libra, let's take a look. The answer to your yes/no question is go. The time is right. And there you have it. Thank you so much for joining me, Libra. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If this video resonated for you, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Your subscription will help me get to the first level of monetization with YouTube. I am this close, so I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button and allow me the honor of doing your next reading at the beginning of March. Also, if you are interested in private consultations with me, my contact details are down below. Thank you so much.